Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first update show. Hi, how are you guys doing? You doing all right? Welcome to this first update show test, and welcome to our first update show for the Quests update. That's how we call the new update, which is hopefully coming soon, but more on this definitely later. With me, my awesome co-host, I have Hi-Res Louis. Hello, Louis.
Hello.
How was your day, Louis?
Super good. Super good.
You excited to present the new stuff to our community?
Yep. I'm really excited because we have a streaming room now, we can go on streams, that means... Did you convince Jake, by the way, of streaming tomorrow?
I'm still trying to convince Jake to stream tomorrow, but yeah, this one is the new streaming studio that we have in our Brighton office here at Redbeard Studios. And a quick question to our chat here. If there is anything in regards to voice, sounds, anything is delayed, please let us know in chat, because we are still testing this streaming room. But we definitely wanted to bring you guys an exciting show today to announce the newest things that are coming to DKO. If you don't know my face, hello, my name is Staggy, as you can see above me. I'm your new community manager working here at Redbeard Studios and presenting the newest stuff that is coming to DKO. So, what do you think? Should we just jump into the update notes?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. So, we are going to jump into the Quests update, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to follow alongside with us here discussing the newest things coming to DKO, then please feel free to go onto DKO's website, divineknockout.com. We just released the new patch notes there. Already localized. If you're not familiar with English and you would like to read about this in your native language, you can just press the little globe here and in the top right corner and read about this in your own native language. But the first thing that we wanted to show you is the new maps. The new maps that are coming.
2 new maps. When we were talking about the updates, we were saying, we're gonna have 2 maps, 2 new 1v1 and 2v2 maps in total, and what we've heard is the community wanted a map that doesn't have a gimmick, that doesn't have any kind of obstacles or anything. And so very, very quickly, we just adapted the plan and added a new map that doesn't have any gimmick, nothing on it, and it's just looking really, really good, but making sure that people can play a map in competition that looks amazing.
So the first map that we are going to show you here is Mystic Mayhem. So let us jump right into the client here. There we go. I am spoiling the new skin here already.
Oh, wow, okay.
No, we're going.
I see.
We are not spoiling the skin. We're going to show the skin a bit later here. So let me jump into this new 1v1 map with Hercules. But yeah, Mystic Mayhem is the first one that we are going to show you today. There are 2 maps for 1v1 and 2v2, and maybe you can talk a bit more about the design choices here for Mystic Mayhem. It looks like Merlin has a lot of things to do here, right?
Yeah, so basically, that we wanted to bring the library map, or map on the theme of Merlin, into the 1v1, 2v2 world. So that's our take on it. That's a very different layout that we usually do. See, here you have a little ramp with some stairs. So you have some elevation changes, but in a different way than we usually do. And then on top of that, you have a central health pack. And you have tons of books that are coming in. So there is a lot of movement on the map. You're gonna be pressured to not be a specific part of the map. It looks really, really good. We love to play this one because we think that's very dynamic. So that's what we love during the playtest, is that the books are moving all the time, constantly, and then when you're not gonna have the pressure around the health pack, you're gonna have pressure on the other sides of the map. So that's something that we really liked when we play tested it.
I really, really like the hazards that we have on this map. They are giving me a chance here to kick the bot into some extra damage. But also, yeah, that's not the only one. So let us take a look at another map while I'm switching here. So the second map that we have and that we are going to release is Champions Circle.
So Champions Circle is our take on a no gimmick, completely free of distractions kind of map. Where you're gonna be focused on fighting, and that's definitely something that the community really wanted. So we thought, hey, the tutorial map looks really amazing. So let's make it a bit simpler and make it adapted to fighting on it, and let's bring it to the players. Right? There's no reason to have a cool map only for the tutorial. So yeah.
And you have your little friend on this map, right? It is important. It is important that we give you a map where you can also see the little friend here. Let me show that to you.
Yes, Toad is there.
The Toad is here. Jumping into that 1v1 arena right now. Hopefully I'm not gonna get destroyed by this bot. Adding this in.
So really simple, right? The map looks amazing, background looks amazing, but there's no gimmick on the map, and that's really focused on fighting. So this map will be available in the 1v1 and 2v2 queue for everyone to play once the patch goes live.
I have to do it. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't resist. But yeah, as you can see, a big circle here with health orb spawning in the middle. As Louis already mentioned, not a lot of additional gimmicks, just a 1v1 fighting arena.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that the players have like options for competition, and also that there is diversity on the map pool. The map pool needs to have maps where you're gonna have gimmicks and where you're gonna have obstacles. But on that side, like that's really about the idea of a map that's very simple.
Amazing, thank you very much. I think that is it for maps right now. But we can definitely move forward with new features. And as you can see here on our screen, we have the newest feature shown already. Quests. So what are quests in DKO?
Very simple, right? We want to make sure that players can unlock a lot of boosters and can grow their star counts and overall be rewarded for playing the game. So we made sure that we bring quests back into DKO. You're gonna have daily and weekly quests, and you're gonna be basically able to unlock some rewards in order to against doing specific actions, right? So as you can see right now on the screen, you have doing damage with light attacks, we have doing damage with abilities, knockout enemies. You have more quests than the one that we have currently, but we're not gonna spoil them all. They refresh daily or weekly on the other hand. For the weekly quest specifically, you are having also a weekly quest bonus. So once you do 3 weekly quests, you unlock the bonus, and that's basically the idea that do your weekly quest, and that's where you're gonna unlock the most currency, right? Usually is to do the 3 per week. I mean that's pretty straightforward, right? But that's definitely gonna help progression, because we know that right now progression is a bit slow, and that's because we always meant to have quests, but it took a bit longer to build. But now that the quests are there, you can have a lot more options in order to progress faster.
And as you mentioned, the daily quests reset at midnight UTC That is, if you're living in the UK, that is GMT right now. But if you're living in the US, on the other side, on the East Coast, that is minus 5 hours.
The microphone. You lost the microphone.
I lost my microphone.
What? See? That's why we test the broadcasting on.
That's why we test, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, you came back, I think. I think you're back.
I think I'm back.
Yeah. I can hear you.
It might be an issue. Sorry if...
Contact. Not good.
Yes.
Microphone.
Let's not touch it. It works now. Let's fix it afterwards.
Don't touch.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna touch it. But yeah, the weekly quests resetting daily. The weekly ones are resetting at 10 a.m. UTC, not at midnight, but on Tuesday, with giving you a nice little bonus in game. You can claim rewards like God Pass, XP boosters, and stars. And as Louis already mentioned, complete all of those weekly quests for a bonus reward. We might have something for you coming up on our social media channels as soon as the update hits live. I've been working on a little campaign to give you another boost for the first week of quests being live. But more on that, make sure to follow our social media channels. Let's go to the next feature. We have in-game leaderboards.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. We really wanted to make sure that the leaderboards are more accessible and that more players are seeing the leaderboards. So they are directly in-game. You don't need to go. I mean, you can go on the website and still see the leaderboard, but that's directly in-game now. So we did bring the 1v1 and 2v2 leaderboard, which allows players to be ranked. And that resets every day still. So the conditions or anything else around leaderboard didn't change, right? The conditions are still the same, and the reset is still every day, but that's not in-game.
Awesome. So in-game leaderboards coming your way as well. New feature, and that is something that interests me a lot because I want to flex with my skins.
Right.
We have a new feature, mark as favorite. That's the name.
Right, so actually that's funny because a lot of the feedback that we received early on the game is I just don't understand what's this character in the middle of my screen when you go back to the home screen. I'm like, right, that's true, yes, but basically you're gonna be able to mark as favorite your favorite character, and you're always gonna see that character in the home screen, and that's also the character that you're gonna show off to your friends when you go into a party or anything like this. The character in the middle will always be the one that you selected as favorite. That's also showing the skin that you selected as the skin in customization. So yeah, just a little change. You can just click on the stars if you are on mouse and keyboard, and if you're on controller, you just have to press a key and you'll be able to mark it as favorite. So
yeah, the little star that you can see here, of course I'm going to pick Sun Wukong, right? Because he's the coolest guy.
Fair.
And I'm just gonna mark it. As soon as my cursor goes away from the little icon, you still see the white mark next to that icon, and you should always see him in your main lobby. That is mark as favorite for you.
By the way, on the leaderboard feature, so I see on the chat a lot of chats about ranked. The leaderboard in-game is not. It's not replacing ranked, right? We're still working on ranked, and we're still working on it. So it's definitely not a replacement for it. It's not our way to say, hey, there's not going to be ranked into the game. There is going to be ranked into the game, but we're still working on it. And so we wanted to make sure that while we work on it, there is still a way for the best players to battle it out and kind of rise at the top, and be in the leaderboard. So yeah. And no, it's not going to be next update, just right now, but we are still working on it, definitely. But I just wanted to make sure I address that because I don't want you to think that we forgot about it. We definitely did not forget. And
also we're going back to the Reddit AMA here that we did a couple of days ago, last week, where we talked about ranked on the Reddit AMA, but more on that a bit later. Let's continue with another change, which is the XP booster change.
Okay, so can I say that we fucked up? Yeah, I can say that, right?
Oh wow, that was an effort.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. That's
keeping
true.
this family friendly here.
I don't know. It's just that's true. Like we kind of fucked up. Like when we designed the boosters, we just like we didn't think that because the game was always meant to be a 3v3 game very early, and yeah, that's didn't really think through the idea of and then redesigning along the way in the idea of making the boosters very much viable in 2v2 and 1v1, and so that's basically what happened, right? Is then when we shipped the game, the boosters were not as viable in 2v2 and 1v1 than they are in 3v3. Not great, right? Sorry for that. So now they are based on time, and so that means that we reward your time played the same way that we would in any other any queue. So that's the change, right? So that will be much better for 2v2 and 1v1 than it is currently. So the boosters will be changed into minutes automatically. So the next time that you will log into the game, that will change. So one booster being 10 minutes. I see only 10 minutes. To be fair, that's a relatively healthy balance in terms of like how we're gonna change the boosters. And but yeah, we think that's normally way better than one game. Sorry for that.
But yeah, the existing boosters that you still have, guys, are converted to time worth now from their quantity, so don't worry about this. 10 boosters are 100 minutes of boosted XP time in game. 10 minutes of match time, that is the case, right?
That is correct. Yes, that's match time. That is not counting any money time, nothing at all. It's only match time, only play time. And question is, what happens when the booster ends mid-match? Well, that means that, for example, if you had 50% boosted and 50% non-boosted, you can have 50% of the XP that's boosted and 50% that's not. That's how that works.
Another addition to the XP booster changes is that now you can buy them in the Star Shop in packs of 10.
Yes, we wanted you to have ways to spend stars in a different way, and we also wanted you to be able to buy boosters as you want, and really just overall manage your economy as you guys want, right? Like, we don't want you to be limited towards what you want to do. We want you to have options. Whether you want to unlock some cosmetics with the stars or whether you want to unlock some boosters, that's up to you.
That sounds good. Next one. That was boosters. Now we can go to God balance.
Wow. And first thing first. Okay. So Susano is not... Okay, so Susano is not part of the patch, right? So there's no changes on Susano for this patch. It's gonna come. Right, so we are gonna adjust Susano. We have a long list of adjustments that we're gonna do. Right, and so we're gonna nerf Susano. To be completely transparent with you though, the last balance patch that we've done on Susano made him not for every MMR brackets better. I was gonna say balance, but I'm not gonna say that because otherwise that's like, you know, like, but it is better, right? He's not first in terms of win rate. He's not second in terms of win rate. He's third or fourth depending of the weeks in 1v1. He's fourth or fifth in 2v2, and he's sixth or seventh in 3v3 at most MMR brackets. So there's someone that's saying Susano is so bad they had to ban him in a 1v1 tournament, and so we are acknowledging that. We are acknowledging that a very high MMR and top tier MMR is definitely a bit too strong, and so we're definitely gonna nerf him next patch. So that's announced, that's out there, that will happen. More nerfs coming for Susano.
More is coming, guys. Stay tuned. The first God balance change that we are going to discuss today here is a change for Amaterasu and a couple of changes if you want to take a look at this. Amaterasu gets her warp range of her airlight reduced from 8 meters to 5 meters.
That's actually massive. Like that's a really good change for the game. That's going to be much healthier. So Amaterasu was able to follow up on the double airlight when really she should not be able to. If you dodge the first airlight, you will now not be able to be hit by the second airlight, as long as you dodged in the right direction, of course. So that's definitely good there.
There's also a couple of talents that get a change here with the absolutely dashing talent. Yeah, sure. Removed the ultimate charge on ability usage, now grants a 7.5% charge on hitting an enemy. Agile Aura's talent was also getting a slight change here with the increased movement speed buff of 12.5% to 15%. Agile Aura is now in Amaterasu's default set instead of absolutely dashing. That is a very, very important change here. And a quick note on the update notes. Next to that, we have Empowered Aura, which increases the additional knockback from 10% to 15%. A couple of quick updates here on Amaterasu and her talents, with a couple of balance changes coming for this goddess that we have, with, again, quite a significant nerf on the warp range of her airlight.
Too many Susanoo nerfs coming. Makes me...
Chat is saying that you're choking on Susanoo nerfs.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's literally what happened.
Any additional comments on the talent changes for Amaterasu? I just read them out.
Well, to be fair, I don't know what you've been talking about. You've been talking behind my back.
Yeah, I'm just talking about talents for Amaterasu.
I can't believe that. I think the most significant one here is really the idea of like making sure that you have more diversity on what's possible to build. And the second one is the idea of not rewarding just ability usage anymore, because that just doesn't work in that context right now. So making sure that you're rewarded when you hit an enemy, but not when you use the ability.
Next one, the King. The King is getting a couple of changes. One significant changes. Sorry, I scrolled in my document. I scrolled a bit too far because I was already on the next change. But King Arthur is getting one change with blinding light, increased damage from 12 to 15.
Yeah, it's just the idea of making sure that the abilities are in line with each other, and Arthur is doing much better since the last changes, last pass of changes that we've done. It just still needs to be balanced a bit more on the abilities. So yeah.
King Arthur adjusted here slightly, and that was the one that I wanted to talk about because Soul is getting a couple of talent changes here.
Yeah, so Soul is definitely getting some love for the patch. The idea is to increase the different builds that you can do. There's at least one build that's not being played right now to the level that we would like. So there are a few things that we are adjusting in there. So the Blazing Trail change is the idea that the way that the cooldown reduction is applied is going to be a bit different. So before, there was an internal cooldown on the way that Soul was receiving the cooldown reduction. So it was reading each enemy's hits reduce the cooldown by 4 seconds, but actually there was an internal cooldown, and that was making it much more complicated to use and seemed a bug, when in fact it was by design. So what we did here is the idea that it's going to be much simpler to use Blazing Trail on multiple enemies, and you're going to be able to reduce the cooldown by a lot more if you're successful with it. And the heal is something that we think is very meaningful. So the Healing Flame talent, we buffed it from 1 to 2. So on this one, we think it's a really interesting mechanic for the game. So we definitely want it. It's just that right now it was requiring too much effort compared to the reward that you had. And here we think that that's gonna encourage more trade-off. That's also gonna do something, which is that you're gonna need to be much more aggressive against Soul when you play against her, because if you let her alone, she's gonna be able to heal from the fire pools. So that's definitely here something that we wanted to have, which is don't let Soul heal, being part of the playstyle, or like being part of how to counter her if she's playing with that talent. Cool. Next up is the cooldown reduction from the hot streak. So on this one is just the idea that we wanted to make sure that this talent is seeing a bit more plays, because it's gonna compete against the healing flame that is buffed, because it is gonna compete against the blazing trail as well. So yeah. Line of fire, increasing the additional knockback from 25% to 30%. So line of fire is a really interesting talent because it rewards taking risks, and we want that to be competing a bit more.
Yeah, it's always great to have the risk and reward to really benefit whenever you're really committing to an attack here. And then the last talent that we see is the sunspots. Updated text description to clarify the number of fire pools created. There was a little change on that side. But yeah, those are the changes for Soul. Now we can go to one of my favorites. And I'm not gonna scroll down here right now. But if I scroll down and I see a nerf, I am going to be very angry.
I think we had to. I mean, it's very small, right? It's very small. We want to reduce the amount of kills that Emir is getting with the ultimate by a bit, just so that he has to wait a bit more, or he has to use the ultimate against people that are higher vulnerability. So he has to use his ultimate at the right time versus, like, right now the kills are just getting way too soon.
But yeah, reducing the knockback of Emir's ultimate slightly here on that change. I am fine with it. We can. It's okay. It's
fine, right?
It is fine. Definitely, guys, everyone who's watching right now, you need to make sure to join our Discord server and provide feedback as soon as the update goes live, and also provide feedback on our social channels, because we definitely want to know what you guys think about it. Not just right now on our social channels or on Discord or in chat, of course, but also as soon as you have your hands on those. And this one is the big one for this update. Zeus is getting kind of like a rework, right?
I mean, I don't know if that's fully a rework, but that's definitely a bit bigger than the rest. So the first change is on the airlight warp range. He was able to engage at much higher distance than all of the characters in the crew, and it was not looking like it. It was not like looking justified. So we make sure that that's more in line with the rest of the characters. The second one is the projectile speed of the Bolt of Olympus. That's been buffed quite drastically with 15%. That's actually a lot of speed. This is really positive for the game. That's gonna make it so the projectile is hittable in different ways. I think that's gonna be good. The ultimate here is the biggest change. So basically the idea here is that you're gonna have way less spam. He was taking a lot of space on the battleground, which is fine. It's part of the core identity of the character. But he was taking too much space at that time. So we wanted to make it so that there are less projectile throws. So he's now gonna throw 3 sets of projectiles instead of 5. But they're all gonna do more damage. So it's gonna be easier to confirm damage, less spam on the noise and the visual noise in the game as well. And also the pre-fire of the snap is being reduced a bit, so that it's slightly harder to dodge it. It requires just a bit more focus, right? So there's this notion of the amount of focus that you need to have in order to focus on an action, right? And here you're gonna need to keep in mind the ult timing a bit more sweet spot. It was slightly too easy to dodge.
Let's just take a look at the change for the ultimate here real quick. I'm charging up my ultimate. And as you can see, the reduced amount of shots here right now. With those changes for Zeus coming in for you as well to play in the next update.
Also, that's going to mean that Zeus is going to be in the air a bit less long. That's something that across the board we are trying to control the amount of time that the characters are staying in the air, that are staying in places that you don't have access to. And so that's going to participate to just the game being healthier overall.
Awesome. But yeah, that's it for balance changes right now for the upcoming update. We have a couple of bug fixes that we list down on our update notes as well on the website. I'm going to just drop this one in chat again if you guys want to test out the bug fixes. But we are not done with this update show yet because we need to show you something very, very nice and cool that I spoiled at the beginning of this show. But hey, we are new here in this room. We're still trying to figure out all of the OBS stuff in our new setup here, and it's also, I mean, come on, spoiling a skin is not the worst thing. But yeah, coming back to the bugs here real quick, we have more than 100 bugs that were fixed in that in the build that is coming up in the next update, with the three biggest ones for you to see here in the patch notes as well. Okay, let me scroll up because the skin is on top here. As you can see, past these awesome maps, we have a new Amaterasu skin. This one is called Mekaterasu. It is available in the shop, and let me show this skin to you in game. Give me a second, please.
This skin is so nice.
There we go. Mekaterasu. Really has these cyber effects on her auto attacks. Here's the Q dash. As you can see here. Really
The
going with
jetpack
the
is so
mech,
cool.
mech vibes and the jetpacks, right?
Yeah, every time you jump, the sound are really nice. You have like custom SFX, custom VFX. The team is doing so many cool things on this skin.
The light air. The air heavy really feels powerful with that skin and the jetpack lighting up. Let me show you the ultimate.
Right.
There we go. That is Mekaterasu for you. Newest skin coming with the next update. Available in the shop for everyone who wants to check out Mekaterasu. Really amazing mech skin for Amaterasu. And that's it, I think.
I think that's it.
That's the new update. For everyone tuning in, thank you guys very much. Please make sure... no, wait, that's not it. We have a couple of community updates. I almost forgot about the community updates.
I meant it's... That's it for the patch, right?
That's it for the patch, yeah.
Well, actually, when is it coming up?
Do you want me to give a date?
No, please don't give us that. Wait, what? Thanksgiving dates.
So,
no.
we don't have an exact update date yet. I know that in the past, for the past two updates, we announced an update date, and then we had to unfortunately delay it to work on the quality of life and work on a couple of critical issues that we found right before we actually wanted to update. So that's why right now, unfortunately, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're gonna slide into my DMs and say, when's the update coming? We don't have a date yet, but we will announce it as soon as possible.
And we're trying to get it this week, right? By the way, I said no that we're like I think we're pretty confident we're gonna get it this week, right? But yeah. Sorry, I gave a date. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of gave a date.
Yes, sorry. And it's not Friday because we don't want to release on Fridays. By the way.
Sorry, say that again.
It's not Fridays because we can't release on Fridays.
People in the chat are always like, "This week you heard it here."
I'm sorry. What do you mean? Like, it's just you can't do it. Like
you're not the one who needs to say, "I'm sorry if we have to change anything."
No.
On the dates. That's me. So yeah, thank you. As you heard it here, we're planning this week. There's no fixed date yet.
Oh, that's not tomorrow later.
We are going to announce it as soon as possible, as soon as we have a fixed date.
It's not tomorrow, by the way. It's not Friday.
Can we move on to a different topic, please? I don't want to talk about update dates anymore. This week, soon TM, guys. Soon TM. But there are a couple of other news here. We have community news. We now, on our DKO Discord, have a channel that is called Open Tournaments. That means that we have a couple of community tournament organizers that we are supporting with rune pricing. A couple of these tournaments have been received very, very well, so make sure to join the Discord server. Thank you very much for plugging that into the chat. And if you're interested in hosting your own community tournament, make sure to join the community tournament organizer group that we have. All of the details about community tournaments can be found on DKO's website. We have restarted the application program and we green lit a couple of community tournaments right now. So all of your competitive needs, doesn't matter if you're on NA servers or EU servers, LATAM, we have community tournaments for every single region. Make sure to join the Discord server. I'm repeating myself here. Let's go to the Reddit AMA that we did last week. And I'm going to drop another link into chat. If your question that you posted into this chat during the update show was not answered, you might have a good chance that it was answered by one of our other amazing devs on the Reddit AMA. Make sure to click on that link. Make sure to join the Divine Knockout Reddit and check out this AMA post for a couple of very interesting and spicy things. Spicy topics there, if I may say. We are talking about matchmaking, how matchmaking works in DKO on this Reddit AMA, and also another note on ranked and an update about ranked there. And then the last point, which makes me really excited, which also ties in to this update show, because Twitch drops are now fixed. Yes, you can claim your Twitch drops and you can get codes again. We are very sorry that it took a bit longer than expected. Really a bit longer than expected. But now everything should work and you are able to claim the drops and claim access to DKO. If you need any other assistance, please make sure to join our Discord.
So, I
have said this multiple times. Yes?
What are we dropping?
We are dropping access codes.
To the game?
Yes.
To play DKO?
Yes, to play DKO on the platform of your choice.
It's pretty cool.
And also, as a quick reminder, let me show that to you in game, because he is still in here and you have probably heard the Emir announcer right now.
Right.
Please remind I want to remind you, and you should remind your friends, that Penguin Pal Emir is available right now via Prime Gaming. Just go to the Prime Gaming site, link your accounts, that is very important, and claim the skin.
Just claim it.
Limited time for free if you're a subscriber to Amazon Prime and Prime Gaming. Yeah, that's it. But that's it for the entire update show. I don't have any updates anymore.
Oh, I see. See, there's a document that Dan showed me.
Yes.
With like the run-off show. Oh, the patch date. Oh yeah, it's that was this. The discussion was for the end.
Yes, the patch date was actually for.
But it's not saying that it's not Friday. And it's not tomorrow.
Wait, do I really need to edit it and say it's coming this week? I can edit this document.
No, it's just like information should be accurate.
Okay. We're going to improve that situation for the next update show. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the blame. I'm going to take the blame on this and everything,
It's
okay?
not tomorrow.
Blame Staggy. Hashtag blame Staggy on social media. I'm going to check this this hashtag. But I think that's it for our update show. Or do you have anything else?
I don't have much else, but we are looking into Susano. So thank you so much for bringing it up. Really, thank you so much. Like, don't think that we don't care. We do care. So we're gonna make it right and make sure that it's getting better for Susano for next patch. Next thing is we have a streaming room now, and so therefore you're gonna see a lot more of us, and more importantly, because you're gonna see more of the team overall. So I think that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to get more devs access to streaming and going onto this channel. So I'm excited for that.
Prepare for all of the content that is coming from the office and from developers. We're working on, as Louis mentioned, we're working on a couple of interesting formats here on the DKO streaming channel, and we cannot wait for you to figure out what is coming soon. Someone says get hold on. He is coming soon. We didn't want to spoil him, but we will definitely get Mr. Holt to join some of the shows. But yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning in today. We are going to push this update show also to YouTube. If you want to revisit some of the things that we discussed today, keep an eye out on our social media channels for the final confirmed date for the update as soon as possible, soon TM. But in the meantime, thank you guys very much. Have a great rest of your day and keep the feedback coming. It is very, very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you.